communicatie en de Engelse stroom. Ik ga mijn klasgenoten voorstellen. Dit is David uit Canada, Jelena uit Kroatië, die gaan presenteren. Daniel uit Indonesië. En daar de laatste, niet de laatste, maar Carlos uit Curaçao. En Ishitsu uit Italië. Onze presentatie is in het Engels, maar hopelijk is dat geen probleem om te volgen. En ik ga het nu overgeven aan hem.
A wider story, which will then output via various media back to its user. That's the basic concept.
Now, one of the things was how to distribute this news that we gather from the users, because one of the things that we noticed was that newspaper consumption peaks in the morning, but then is going down throughout the day. So one of the goals was how can we get people using the DAG the whole day long. So as you see here, we came up with a portal which we think would be a multimedia station that you can plug in your MP3 player, iPod, telephone, PDA, Palm, so that you can download the latest news at the moment. Now the interesting thing about this is that, so in the morning you can go, plug in, get the latest news in the morning, but then on the way home, you've already read the whole Dag, Spits, Metro, so you have no more news. But the idea with this is that on your way home you could plug it in and get all the developments that have happened since then. Now if you can show the next slide. You can also choose what you want. I like sports. I don't want to read about all this political stuff and the war all the time. So I can just come here, click on exactly what I want, it gets put onto my device, and then I'm on the metro, the train, whatever I need to do. But then we thought also, this is also maybe limited because then it's only for public transportation, so we wanted to broaden our target group. What about people who drive to work, people who are at home? So then we thought, what about gas stations, of course public transportation, airports, schools, city centers, and everybody likes to drink a coffee while they read their newspaper, so wouldn't that be natural to have one of these stations next to a coffee machine? So while you buy your coffee, you plug in your device and you have your news and your coffee all in one. But as you can see, this is just the tip of the iceberg. The sky is really the limit when it comes to distribution. Now I'll pass you back to Jelena, who's going to talk about the added value to the client.
Right. So going back to the DAG, what does the DAG get out of this? Well, obviously the idea for the people, by the people, the hele dag door. But then we have clearly differentiation. They're different from their competitors, mostly the Spits, Metro and the Pairs, because they're forward thinking. Then we have also increased reach in target group, and additionally accessibility. Their target group can get their information anywhere on the way, and it's updated, it's fresh, and it comes from the DAG. Secondary, we also have interactivity with the readers, but secondary benefits also include the DAG exhibiting social responsibility and inviting their readers and users to do the same thing. And a clear benefit, which is also secondary, is decrease of litter that free dispersion of newspaper often creates. In addition to this idea, we also thought about recommendations that we could make for the DAG, and that is to include an English section, if not necessarily, the DAG does not have to be printed in English, but for example to have a website or a part of the website in English, as well as the downloadable content in English, would be very useful for people who are, for example, business people, or English-speaking inhabitants of the Netherlands, or just tourists who are passing by and want to keep informed. The next recommendation was classifieds. This is another way to just reach out to people and basically serve their needs in a very easy way. And then to change the cover, because the DAG, if implementing this idea, is moving into more forward-thinking, new age perspective, and the cover should inform and remind the readers about that. And co-branding, as David already mentioned, who doesn't like a coffee with their paper? So we thought there are also a lot of partners, possible partners for the DAG to work with, through which both brands would get mutual benefits. And the coffee one was the one that stood out to us mostly, so we would already suggest someone like the Douwe Egberts or even the Dutch Starbucks to team up with the DAG for mutual benefits of both sides. And basically that was our concept. So yeah.
Thanks a lot. I would love to have a ringtone where Jelena is filling in with, if I mention my name, this is Hans Soedan, and Jelena saying, de hele dag door.
Thank you.